Yo, wagwan. Tis your boy, Jeton Legendary. We are back with another Cyberpunk photo session. Look here, folks. We got another Halloween theme going on here. Okay, in this one, we're using our secondary OGs. Okay, that's the second characters I made after my first three. So that'd be Japanese V, Damu, and East LA V. With that being said, let's get into these spooky ooky themes. Okay. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, show it to people join Legendary Clan Sports and become legendary. I do all things photography, virtual, real life. Instagram, that's where I post most of my photos, and Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. With that being said, let's go. I'm trying to think, what would I do for Japanese V here? Because her scenery last year, was kind of a mix of both spooky. Well, no, it was definitely more on the spooky side. I had her looking like she was in some kind of fucking lost her mind in a dang insane asylum. Now it's more like a saucier theme. She got the Playboy bunny fit on and all that. Kind of more like your, more of a, I don't know how to explain it. You know how people would dress half the time for Halloween. It's not really Halloween. It's more like you know, them nurse outfits and type crap like that. It's more along the lines of that this time around. So she's not so spooky like she was last year. How do I set this up though? You know what I'm saying? I kind of want to keep it looking kind of spooky, but not 100%. So I'm thinking maybe use like, oh, I forgot to fix the thrones. Dang, that was a little while ago too. I know I didn't have a video for Tuesday. I was busy, but this time we're gonna try to keep it in order here. The main issue I had was I had bought a drone, and I was supposed to use that drone for, you know, photography purposes, obviously. The problem is I didn't do any research when I had got it. I just bought the dang thing, you know, and that was a bad move because the one I had got was the DJI 4K Mini, which requires you to have a phone. Now, granted, who doesn't have a phone, right? Here's the issue. It takes so dang long to calibrate the joint, and it takes so much energy to make it happen. Man, my phone was stupid hot. I mean, stupid hot. Then the drone was also stupid hot. I mean, dumb hot. Like if it was, if you were to touch the battery directly, you probably could possibly legit burn your hands hot, right? And the controller was also very hot. So it got stuck on like 96%. The phone was dying before I could even make it happen. So I was like, maybe they have controllers for it. Maybe you can get controllers for it with the screens on it. Nope. There are no controllers with screens on them for the DJI 4K Mini. So you have to use the app in order to activate it, which in itself, I'm gonna keep it 100, which it was really stupid. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Now I get it, you need the phone to get it to fly around, but having to activate it through the phone and the phone only, whether it's Apple or Android, stupid. Really dumb, in my personal opinion. It took forever to make that happen, because well, like I said, it couldn't calibrate. It couldn't even calibrate the dang thing. So I was like, okay, I messed up. I should have did some research. So it's not really, I'm not putting the blame on DJI, of course. I'm putting it more on myself because I ain't doing no research. Man, hold up. So you just gonna watch this much of the video and you not even gonna subscribe? Nah, don't wave to them. They ain't even hit the subscribe button. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. I was like, oh, a cheap drone, let me buy it. Which wasn't a smart move. Okay, was not a smart move. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and send it back. In the future, okay, I will save up for much better. Alright, I will save up for much better, a drone that won't If it does take a long time to calibrate, it'll have to calibrate on its own power and not the power of the phone, which was sapping the crap out of the energy of the phone. What happened? Oh. The phone was so hot, it didn't make no sense. I'm like, holy crap, you could probably crack an egg and fry it on the back of that dang phone, on the battery of the drone, and on the dang controller. It was hot. I'm like, wow. It was like spooky hot, not like regular hot. It was like spooky hot. Like this thing feel like it could fucking combust in your dang hands. Pause. Sound kind of crazy, but you know what I mean. Okay. It was I was like, wow, this is not good. And the phone was dying before it could even complete the dang process because of how hot it got. This purple is pretty. I don't think I ever did any purple sceneries back in the day, and I definitely did not use this gate for what we're about to use it for now. This is gonna be kind of like casual, kind of like what we did for Victoria back in the day. Her set was more casual. Well, actually, I did two sets on her. Her one was casual, and then her other one had her looking crazy as fuck. Since it's not late at night, I might actually remember where to put to add the photos. I did so many references in the last episode and put no photos because it was late as fuck. I was half asleep. You know what I need to start doing from now on is editing the videos in the morning instead of editing them at night, where I know dang well I'm not gonna remember half the crap I said in the video. To even remember where I should have put certain edits and crap. Cause Ghost, that's a fool in a bed sheet. To even slightly come close to remember what the heck I said and to be able to add everything. Let's see. I don't like the simplicity of the gate with the purple. Her current outfit. Cookies and stuff. I might give her a little snack though, a little cookie snack or something. Books. Oh, those are small. Those would have to be in a much smaller area. I'm gonna save a lot of this stuff though, because I have some ideas I want to do for East LAV and Damu. There's a lot of stuff that say bloody on it. You know what I'm saying? Damu is a blood. You know what I'm saying? And she's redheaded. You know what I mean? It'll work. It'll work. I think for her though, we're gonna keep her simple because she do got the kind of the Playboy outfit going on, and this is Japanese V after all, Venus after all. The more casual look, more saucy look will work better this time around. Let's go hit up these graphics real quick. I kind of had an idea of a video I could do since I've done so much Halloween themed stuff. I just realized a cool video I could do would be to take all the Halloween stuff I've done for Cyberpunk, all the photos and stuff, and kind of like put them, do like a talk about them. What was the thought process? How did I build them? How long did it take to put some of the stuff together and whatnot? That'd be kind of sick, I think. I might have to make that happen. Oh, that's perfect. That purple is gorgeous. That's exactly what the heck I'm looking for. That out of here. I think I'm gonna use a full lamp setup for this one. Her face is moving. Okay, got her back in action. I didn't realize her face was moving that whole time. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm like, that'd probably be kind of a cool idea. I was supposed to start recording this video earlier, but I got pretty busy. I'm about to put a crap ton of stuff I don't need no more on good old Facebook Marketplace. I need to get it out of there. You know what I'm saying? Not only is it stuff I haven't used in forever, also serve as some good cash on the side. A lot of it is old stuff that I just simply do not need or have no need for, and it's just stacking, or it's just sitting around collecting dust. I'm like, I need to get rid of some stuff. Let's add some background light. I want a little bit more purple. Add some serious purple glow to the background here. Get back just more. What about, oh, further back. Hide that. Disconnect from her and duplicate. This one will be on that side. And boom, that gives us a bit more theme. Let's reduce that brightness just a little bit because it's a little bright. Oh, you know what? I think the brightness on my screen is low too. Fix that real quick. Gotta protect the eyeballs, so I always turn my screen down. It was a long time where I would never turn my screen down. I'm wondering why the fuck my head be hurting and my eyes be hurting. Having this dang screen bright as fuck, and the blue light. I normally keep the yellow light on though to keep it not so blue, because blue hue can really bother your eyes. So what I do is I make it very yellow, but I tend to forget to turn my screen brightness up sometimes. Turn it up a tiny bit, and I'm gonna say let's add a little bit of a golden hue just to, she looks a little flushed in color. This is more like a dang Playboy style kind of thing, little Halloween Playboy style, so she needs we need to correct her skin tone. She ain't supposed to look all ghostly and sickly and crap. I usually just do the first 3 lights because those are the main 3 lights, and the other lights are for backup. And yeah, see, there we go. Now she looks more golden and healthy now. It's very clean, nice and real looking. Do we want to add an effect? That looks quite amazing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That looks pretty great too. That looks pretty dang spectacular. All 3 of these look spectacular. So now I know purple lighting works quite well with the filters. I kind of like this one though. It adds quite a bit of realism. This has always been my favorite one anyways. That looks pretty sick too. So recently I was doing a lot of testing with the lighting systems in this game and its filters. Now normally, without the filter, it looks pretty dang great. But what I learned was when you have a lot of lighting, almost all of these filters, as you can see, look pretty dang spectacular. Until you get to the more aggressive ones like that, of course. I always like the red one though, because if you're trying to look for that blood red look, this is perfect. And then the black and white is, you know, it's black and white, so it's clean as fuck. That is really good looking. But then even the greens, these ones that usually don't look that great, even they look pretty dang great until of course you get to these ones where, you know, obviously they're just not gonna look great because they're so dang intense. But I think in this instance I might have to go with my favorite, my usual, the one I always use, and that's number 3. It just has that classic look you're looking for, and it really adds on to the effect of that realism that you might also be looking for. This is why I always use this dang filter. It's a very incredible filter. It just works, you know what I'm saying? It just always works. Okay, turn her to the side here. But yeah, back to the drone though. I really did mess up. I should have done a lot more research before I just go ahead and made purchase on that drone. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I didn't do no fucking research. I saw a cheap DJI and I was like, this is it. Now granted, I'm sure that's not every phone. Now I'm sure some people's phones can last long enough. My problem that was, you know, well, my phone didn't last long enough because of the heat. The heat was insane. And the problem is you can't plug it up because the DJI has to be plugged into it. So you can't plug it up in order to get it to stay charged, number 1. And number 2, that's not a good idea. It's never really a good idea to have your phone charging while it's also doing something that's very intensive on its system. That's a good way to have it explode. And you know, there's not a whole lot worse than battery fires. Battery fires are incredibly intense and they are very hard to put out. We're going to keep the purple lights right where they are, of course. They are incredibly hard to put out. Battery fires are some of the worst fires. They're incredibly hard to put out and they burn quick, fast, and long. So even if you don't manage to put the fire out, battery fires burn long. You ever see a Tesla on fire? They are on fire forever. And they are very hard to put out. Because that acid, the acid and whatever other chemical mix is going on that causes battery fires to be as intense as they are. And they don't give the fuck up. Battery fires are crazy powerful. You ever wanted the worst fucking day you could possibly have, that'll be a battery fire. Now, of course, any fire is bad. You don't want a fire ever. Man, you can guarantee with a battery fire, you probably gonna lose every dang thing. This battery fires burn long and fucking. I was about to sound crazy, but you know what I mean. They burn long and strong. Alright, a battery fire is horrible. So I'm like, well, I don't want to risk that. Number one. Number two, I personally think it's really stupid that you can only activate it through a dang app. You should be able to activate it through PC, then you use it on the app. You know what I'm saying? That makes things a trillion times easier. Now, if you have a phone that's strong enough and will last the calibration period and not freaking go into meltdown heat, you know, you're probably good to go. If you don't, then it's like, well, that's unfortunate. Just to find out that if you just simply get the one with the screens on them, they're pretty much good to go, dang near straight off the bat. Which, obviously, that's something they do on purpose to get people to spend more. I just wish I would have known that before I made the purchase. In which I would have known that if I would have done some research. So like I said, I ain't blaming DJI. I should have did some dang research. Which I did not. I did no research. I saw the cheap drone. I was like, oh shoot, $299, that's it? And I fucking pulled the trigger on the price. Pulled up to Amazon and bought that joint dang near instantly. So that, it was definitely my fault. Definitely my fault. I should have did some researching. But I ain't blaming DJI. That was 100% user error. I can't get the light to pop there. Where's these at? How far away do I have these? It's supposed to be highlights for the side of her. Okay, I had that one too far away. I can't get light on the side of her face here. Okay, there we go. But then there's mad light down here. What's going on here, Where's all that coming from? Not that. Not that either. Where the heck is all this extra light coming from, Oh, it's that one. Oh, okay, in this instance, because the way she's standing, we just gotta have it. Say, move it around. Right there. Because then it meshes into the inner thigh and you can't even see it. You see it a little here, but that's because of the purple light, so we're not too worried about that one. We're gonna keep the purple lights right where they are. Boom. So yeah, I was gonna be doing some drone stuff, but that's all good. There's not really a whole lot of places I can use it quite yet any dang way, so I'm not too worried about it. And like I said, there are far better DJI drones any dang ways that I could have gotten. Instead of just pulling the trigger on the very first drone that I saw. So, definitely my fault in that case. Definitely was my fault in that case. She just floating. She ain't even sitting on nothing. With this pose, she's definitely on something large. So let me go ahead and add. Oh, I did do something purple back then. It was for OGV. OGV's setup was purple. Her very first, where I had her in the whole gothic look. This is not. I'm thinking about it. It is slightly similar. Not by a whole ton, because she got more of the Playboy bunny look. But yeah, it's a little similar, just a little bit, not too much. Oh, that's not actually around her at all. How high up off the dang ground is she? There we go. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe next time, where I will actually take the time to ensure that I'm buying something I can make use of properly. Because it was really that heat. Because even if I had a phone that could handle that time, that heat was insane. The heat, that thing was radiating vicious heat. I'm like, wow, when I grabbed that dang phone. That heat was that was next level hot. That heat was hot. You know what I'm saying? I did not edit a single. I said I didn't move any of those dang lights. I just messed that up. That joint was crazy. It takes a lot to be able to get the dang thing to fly. So I'm like, If you would have had the controller variant, you wouldn't have to worry about that because you wouldn't have to rely on the phone. But even then, I don't even know if a newer phone could handle all that dang heat that that thing was pushing out, and if you should even push your phone that dang far. Talking about killing off your phone early, that'll do it with that dang heat. The heat that joint was resonating. So, if you ever decide to get your hands on a drone, get one of the ones that have a screen on it. Is it more expensive? Of course, but do you have to worry about fucking setting up accounts and crap? Especially if you're on Apple. Yeah, obviously if you're on Apple, you already have your account and all that. I had to set up one of my Apple phones because the apparently the Android joint I got was too dang old. I'm like, how is that possible? The thing is buttery fucking smooth, you know. But then again, I do take care of all my stuff. That's another issue I got. I be taking care of stuff too long, so then I never get upgrade to the new ones. And there's certain things you can't get. By certain things, I mean just that one thing, because most stuff you can use just fine. DJI, you gotta have the updated joint. I need a new phone anyways. I've been holding on to the one I got for quite a while. So it has lasted me a great amount of time though, so I'm not upset about at it. Yeah, slide that way up there just in case we need it again. Yeah, I can't be mad at that phone. That phone has lasted me quite some time. Mainly because I'll be taking care of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you take care of stuff, the better you take care of it, the longer it lasts. You know what I'm saying? I'll be taking dang good care of my stuff. All my electronics look buttery smooth. Are always clean. Alright. And that's why I'm about to sell a bunch of these old stuff I got. I'm two record players. Old gas mask I got for some dang reason. Well, I didn't get it, but it was given to me. And I kept it. Because I thought I was going to use it for something. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to use it for a Halloween costume, but then when I opened it up, I'm like, oh. Someone has had their face in this gas mask from 50 years ago. I'm like, the idea of putting my face in that really old gas mask was a big no-no. As soon as I opened that joint up and saw that it was well, it's a genuine gas mask, so that's the one thing. I could probably get like 200 off of it, so it's not too bad, not too bad. An old steering wheel I was supposed to use for Forza, but then I ended up stopped playing Forza because I got tired of grinding on online games. Plus, Forza's community had a weird side of it I never knew about that I was completely against. And anybody, just in case you're wondering if you play Forza yourself, there's a large amount of people who play Forza, right? Because obviously it's one of the best racing games you could get your hands on at the moment, and has been for quite some time. There's a crap ton of people that play Forza. However, what I did not know about after all these years of playing Forza is that there are certain vehicles in Forza that are incredibly rare. Forza Horizon 5, one of the most rarest vehicles you could get your hands on is a 1964 Belvedere. Plymouth Belvedere. Absolutely gorgeous old car. Beautiful old car, right? In Forza, however, there's a very small amount of people who own the Belvedere. A very small amount. So what I have found out was that there are people who are holding these small amount of Belvederes captive on purpose. No one really puts them on the market, and if they do, a bot will more than likely snipe it long before you ever have the ability to do so. Then the Belvedere came from an event. Apparently, not very many people did the event because there's only so many Belvederes in the game. Now, the crazy thing is, I could have gotten the Belvedere my dang self at the time when the event was live. But at that time, I was busy as fuck. There was a lot going on, so I couldn't get on and play like that. And the biggest issue was the Belvedere was off like the last track. So if you weren't willing to do all of the events, that whole week, I believe it is, then you couldn't really get your hands on the Belvedere. It was a part of the American automotive joint they had did. So it was a bunch of old school American cars. So if you couldn't be there, well, then you couldn't get the car. I couldn't be there, so I couldn't get the car. I had well, for me personally, far more important things to worry about at that time than getting a 3D pixelated Belvedere. Which aren't that expensive in real life. So if you wanted a Belvedere for real, you can easily get one. That's the crazy part. So to make a long story short, there's a group of people on Forza who are commandeering, or however you say it, whatever happens on Forza. So this event came back because Forza Horizon 5 is done. So the event came back, so there was an opportunity to get the car again. You know what people did? You know what people voted for? They voted... So this, like I said, this was Automotive American Classics. It was a bunch of absolutely incredible classic American cars. You know what people voted for? Some fucking joint that had straight hooey-dooey poo-butt cars. The only thing in that whole competition that was good out of those cars was the Volkswagen thing and like one or two other cars. And these fools voted for that versus the American Automotive Classics competition, which had like 5-6 absolutely top-notch classics in them. And that wasn't the first time that has happened. That was like one of many. I was like, you know what? I'm sick of these dang online games. Anytime people have the ability to control how you get to play your game, I got a problem with that. I wanted the dang Belvedere. I didn't get to have the Belvedere because people felt that, you know, it's a rare car and not everybody should have it. If you weren't there to get it, then oh well. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. You're gonna make me get on PC and mod like 50 of them and I'm gonna put like 100 of them on the market. Now, I could do that because it's quite easy. But I'm not gonna do that because it's not even worth it. I'd rather be goofing around on... If I'm gonna grind any game, I'd rather grind Warcraft. For the rest of my games, I'm gonna chill out on my offline games like I always do. Your Cyberpunks, your Skyrims, your Fallouts and stuff like that. And if I want to play anything online, I'll give it to Call of Duty because Call of Duty Zombies I still find to be very fun. Okay. And bot lobbies. I can always goof around with the bot lobbies. Every now and then you might catch me on Fortnite. Pretty rare, but every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then. You might. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then. Alright, let's do a little close-up here because we don't have a single close-up. Okay, spin her back toward the gate. Actually, let me do one far and then one close-up because you gotta be able to see the full fit. Cyberpunk characters have very long legs. You gotta be able to see all the legs, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's like whatever. I'm trying to do bigger, better things any dang ways than to be sitting here spending hours trying to grind 3D cars on a 3D pixel cars on a Forza. Which in any dang way is one of the biggest thing. The last thing I did with Forza was for picture purposes. I would do cars for pictures. But then the fine modders of Cyberpunk decided to start going crazy and adding a bunch of dang crazy cars in the game anyways. So I'm like, well, shoot, do I even need Forza? Because doing car pictures on Cyberpunk is way cleaner than Forza. Cyberpunk, you can actually make look real. Forza used to look real. And can look real, depending on the circumstances and if you have incredible presets. Like my preset was pretty dang amazing. A lot of the car pictures I did on Forza look pretty dang real. But it is just simply not keeping up with Cyberpunk. It is not. You ever wanted to do ultra realistic car pictures? Cyberpunk by a mile. By a mile. Simple as that. This last one we're gonna do a little close up. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Yeah, whatever. Only online game you might catch me on in the modern day is maybe GTA because I already have so much dang money. I don't have to make any more money. I haven't had to make money on GTA in who knows how long. And good old messing around in some Call of Duty Zombies or goofing around with some bots on Call of Duty. Need a good forward-facing pose here. You have to, where we are at one last photo. I haven't done any dang Cyberpunk Autumn theme stuff. I just realized that I'm messing up. I easily could. Those would probably be more of a background thing because I kind of want to do nothing but Halloween photo sessions for October. So you'll probably just see them in the photos of the week. You'll see a couple of Cyberpunk autumn themed stuff pop up. As for these, we doing nothing but October spooky photo sessions, you know. Boom. That is a full 10 of absolutely fantastic looking photos. Especially with the full light rig setup. I haven't used a full light rig setup in a hot minute. I always forget the sheer quality that you get with these. Let's move on to the next character though. Alrighty, we are here with Damu. As you can see, the setup is pretty extensive. Okay. Come around the back. Got the dead man on the dang table jump. Gargantuan knife, a couple of other knives. Some people off of hooks and crap in the background, the door. There's blood everywhere. And there's a dead body on the couch too. You can't really see because it's a black couch on a black body bag on a black couch. Now it's to figure out how in the fuck am I gonna make this work. Because there's a lot of awkward positioning that we have to pull off here. A lot. And that depth of field back on. We're gonna make that slightly light. It's gonna have to be dark in here, but obviously not too dark. So it's a lot to attempt to figure out here. I'm probably gonna need to add some form of lighting. Otherwise, it's not gonna look proper. Let's make the floor wood. I kind of wanted to test some things out first, so let's go ahead and switch the floor to a wood. I'm thinking if we make the whole joint wood, it might work pretty dang well. But that's also my other problem, is you also might not be able to see a dang thing. Now, obviously, we got to add some lights. What time is it? Oh. What time is this set to? 8? So let's darken that a bit. I did put a roof over it, but you can see the light is still leaking through. I'm not sure why there's so much purple. I've added no lights, so I have genuinely no idea where all this purple is coming from. Yeah, I have no lights going on, so I don't know. Hold on. Why is there so much dang purple? What is... That's the dang lamps. They still exist for some reason. Oh, come on, man. Why there's gotta be some issues, huh? So for some reason we got some dang purple because the lamps for some reason are still exist. Ah, come on. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to work with it because I just set up all this. I ain't about to reset. I just set all this crap up. I am not about to reset, so let's go ahead and place her right about here. A dang long time for me to set this up. For some reason, the old lights is there. Well, I was gonna add red to it, so hopefully the red lights will overpower any dang ways. For this type of setup, we're definitely gonna need minimal lights. I want this to be dark and spooky. That down to about 10 for now. So I'm trying to do. Matter of fact, let me see what that would look like. We did it over. Oh, okay, that's actually not too bad at all. Should we do it that way? I'm thinking more like less light on her, because obviously we'll be able to see her just fine if we give her 2 surrounding lights and then a spotlight. You'll be able to see her just fine. So boom, boom, 2 of those. Stretch them out a little bit like I usually do. And then a spotlight. Because what I want to do is I want majority of the light to be in the background. I want it to look fucking insane back there. I'm gonna have a lot of red lighting back there. Go ahead and brighten these up a little bit. Say about 12 and 12. And we'll add some more lighting to the background. Oh, let me hide these. I can't see crap. Boom. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for Easter Levy. Last year, I made her set up. She was she had one of the least spookiest setups. Her setup was more like doing evil activities in the streets more than it was actually like Halloween. There wasn't much Halloween about her set last year. I think this year I should make it more like Halloween. Now, granted, the character being the way the character is and how I made her, her whole existence would be Halloween to someone. Let's reduce that amount of red because I don't want it that red. That's a little too red. Still want it to be nice and dark. I think what I'm gonna have to do here is make one of these walls bright in order to add some necessary lighting in. Oh, that's not the wall I wanted to do, but that's also not too bad looking. Yeah, that's not too bad looking. Come here. I don't remember which one is the... Or should I just make the whole dang room wood? Because that might really add the effect. Oh, yeah, for sure. Hold on. My problem is now, how do I light everything else up? That's always the hard part of doing photos, is trying to figure out how you should set up the light. How should that go? You know? I'm not changing the... Oh yeah, no, this one right here, we need to make this one white. Just to see, for now. I'm trying to figure out, as you can see, it's really dark. But you can't really see anything. So what I'm trying to figure out is, one of the hardest things to do when you're doing Cyberpunk photos is trying to figure out how to make the lighting work for everything. It's never the easiest thing to do. Because as you can see in the background, you can't see a dang thing back there. Now my guess is, what I was going to do any dang ways, is bring the lightness up, use a filter, because that will... Oh, hold on. Because that will allow you to have the lighting pretty dang high and you still be able to see everything. That's the attempt to fix. As you can see, we got it way down there, so if you pull it up a bit, as you can see, you can actually see every dang thing. And go with whatever filter would help with the situation that we're trying to do here. This one's kind of nice. I kind of like this right here. We got to reduce her light because she got way too much going on. Okay, lights in the background are already reducted. So if you reduce her light down, dang near all the way with the fuck. Apparently this filter retains light quite well. Let me see something. Get rid of all the lights real quick. Okay, yeah. This filter retains light incredibly well. Holy crap. I mean, most of the filters do. See, now we have to find a middle ground here. You know what the issue is? I forgot. I just remembered. It is not nighttime. See, most of the time when I do these night, so that works a little bit. What we have to do here now is this. It's too dang bright. Let's reduce that, or possibly remove it. Okay, so now it looks like this. That going on with her face. Okay, so now we might be able to add some lights. Let's see. It's quite bright. Let's see. Hey, this is a tough one to get working. I knew it was gonna be. But I'm always up for the challenge. You know? You gotta be. You're doing these. Otherwise, how you ever get anything created, you know? Reduce that. Reduce that about there, but see what the issue's gonna come through is once I reduce those, I have to reduce the light clearly because there's way too much going on, which means it's gonna be too dark in the background. But the issue that always comes with doing stuff with dark areas with a pale character is always how do you make the light proper for both the background and the character look proper and not be what it is right now. That is pretty terrible. It's the one thing I always struggle with when it comes to pale characters. Trying to fit pale characters in dark areas but still be able to see the area around them and crap. We can't see nothing, so it don't look all that good. But it would be clean as fuck if we could figure out how to make this work. Get rid of all the lights. And let me bring the light back up for the front. That works, but it's gonna... The problem I'm having with it is the light on our character isn't gonna be as good as I need it to be. Her face is always gonna look slightly distorted if your light isn't proper. Or in this case, it's kind of meshed. You can't really see the detailing of her face good. Which is kind of always a problem with V's. But there's ways to fix it. I'm just struggling to do so right now. Which is a common occurrence, like I said earlier, with pale characters in dark areas. Because you can't see what's behind her, so it's kind of like, don't look good. What's the point of doing this crazy setup if you can't see what's behind? You know? You can't see the hooks. Well, barely. You can't see the peoples back there. You can, but not very well. I'm gonna figure this out, though. I will figure this out. I'm thinking maybe just make it dark as fuck and add a lot of dang light in the background. That's about the best I can think of because nothing else is really working all that well. Let's try it again here. Okay, let's try this one more time. Get her light. Back it up a little bit so it's not making contact with the table too much. And increase that. I don't want it all up on the table. A dual lamp setup for her should be good enough. To see now, you can see the detailing of her face really well. She looks clean now. Even without the filter. With the filter, you can see the detailing of her face much, much better. The problem is, now, how do I add light to the background without it flooding the crap out of the scenery? Which is what it's going to do, because it does that all the time. It always has. That is the downside to virtual photographies. Light sources leak pretty hard. Looks like volumetric fog was on for a second. It's not, though. Obviously, that's way too bright. You ain't gonna have it that bright. Bring that down some. I just need you to be able to see what's happening in the background. You know what I'm saying? I think that's pretty good. Oop, I just duplicated on accident. I'm gonna say that's not too bad. Get a close up to her real quick. I'm not feeling the red though. I think that's what it is. I need something more ominous, more of an ominous color. That red is more, it's too straightforward, if you get what I mean. Doesn't look like she's in a dark, dingy house. It looks like she's supposed to be like a demon or something. I don't want her to really look that way. I mean, I gave her the eyes, but the point is to make her look like a fucking psycho, pretty much. With all that red, it kind of kills that look. It's going to be a little similar to something I did back in the day, but not quite. Kind of, sort of. But in this instance, the character isn't going to look like some sort of zombie like I did with Samoan V back in the day. She is the killer, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I called that photo Night City Ghoul or something like that. And that was cool, But this one, I want her to look like the crazy person in this instance. I was going to change her eyes back to normal, but I think this kind of adds to the effect with her having those eyes. Okay, I kind of like this. The problem I am having now is the wood looks horrible on that back wall. It is quite stretched out. So let's see if we can downscale a little bit without fucking breaking open the wall or something. Downscale it a little bit so it doesn't look as bad. Okay, let's see. That over there is wide open, but I kinda like it. It makes it look like a hallway leading somewhere else. Yeah, it makes it look like a hallway. I think I have figured it out. Why the light's changing like that? What's going on back there? Okay, the lights are changing for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, let me go back to here real quick. Do we want to use a filter? Kind of like that one. Adds more of the green. Adds more of the green, the ghoulish green look that I'm going for here. Now I'm just trying to figure out why the heck the lights keep self-adjusting. Okay, what is that? I've never seen that before. Why is it doing? Oh, let me test something out. I know what it could be. Man, I goofed. I should have saved the dang settings. I don't even know what the heck I just did even fix any dang thing. I backed out and forgot to save the settings completely. Okay, I had it with the filter on, but I actually like it more without the filter. So I think we're gonna go without the filter. See her skin tone better and all that. More of that golden skin tone of hers, and I mean, yeah, I think that'll do. Because I like the way that looks in the background, makes it look like it's leading into a different room. And I do believe I fixed the issue. Come on. I did not. Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, I don't know what that. I ain't never seen that before. It might have. It's probably the way I got the lights set. They're probably colliding into the props. Let me see. Could be the case. Back that one up a little bit. Back this one up through. See if that's the issue. I think that might be the issue. Okay, kind of. I think this lamp, because it's not doing it as much over there now. I think it is because the lights are in the props. So let me back them up a little bit. Right there. Alright, never mind. I have no clue what that is. Never had that happen before. I don't know. It only started happening when I changed up the back of the wall, the size of the wall, I think. It looks good though, so we should be good to go. I was hoping they would have a dang butcher knife, but surprisingly enough, they do not. But what we can do, why I spawn the knives, is easily put them in her hands if her hand is wide open enough. She should be. Let's see here. Although the knives are kind of awkward to move, so it's going to be kind of hard to do this, but see if I can make it work. Is there any more knives at all? So I only found those two and the pyramid head one. And then that one that I had, that's a mod. It was a goofy butter knife, though. I wasn't looking for no butter knife. I needed a proper knife, not a dang butter knife. Let's try Pyramid Head's gargantuan knife. Well, not gargantuan, because I got it scaled way down to be able to fit her properly. I was hoping for a butcher knife, but there were no butcher knives. There was not a butcher knife to be found. 0. Gotta move it down, there we go. A big old bloody fucking machete looking thing. Look at that. It's a little large though, so I don't think she would quite be holding it that way, so let's go ahead and move that out the way real quick. Forgot I made it that dang big. I don't think she would really be holding it like that. Alright, let's see what that look like. Let's see what that look like. Yeah, get that out my face real quick. One took a little while to set up. It should come out pretty good. Oops. Size the folder on accident. There we go. Alright, in terms of quality, it is indeed pretty good, but let me check something real quick. Go back to the filters. We have a lackluster amount of lighting on her. I didn't add a ton, but we should definitely, I should probably add more. She's not showing up as clean as she should. Yeah, see, that might look a lot better. That should look quite a bit better. Took a minute to set this one up. Like, I want to set something up crazy. Because all the items you see behind her are the items that I said I was going to use when we was on the last character. Okay, the filter is indeed clean. Because of the way we have to set this lighting up. And now let me test this one. Her, the skin tone. I think we're going to stick with the filter. Without the filter, she looks improperly colored. Doesn't look right. Sometimes the filter works just fine. So let me see with all three of those. So without the filter, she looks orangish. She has a very orange hue. With the first filter we tested, looks great. With the second filter, I think that's the one I'm gonna roll with, is the second filter. The one we got on right now. It gives a green ghoulish tint to it. More like a, not so much ghoulish, but more like a, this is fucking not a place you want to end up. Let me make her look off the camera. Have her look down at the dead man. I kind of looking like, what should I do? Kind of looking like, what should I do with this? A little close here. The tip of her head, and boom. So I was trying to figure out, like, what is something I could do for this character? Because I don't remember what I did for her photo set last year. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to find out. I need to clean up my dang folder where I keep all the photos that I take, because it'd be a lot easier to find out where all my crap is if I had them properly labeled. You know, October stuff with October. But then that's each and every joint I would have to do it with. That's the only problem. Every game would have to be properly put with every game. My goodness, I would be there forever trying to fix that stuff up. But then again, at the same time, I probably should, because it would make a lot easier to find every dang thing. Be way easier. Go from the lower edge here. Really get a good look at all the hooks too. I just realized we do not have depth of field on, so we're gonna have to add that afterwards because unlikely it won't look the same. Like this background is a little too clear. That is because depth of field is nowhere to be found. It's all good though. We accidentally did that for the Mama V set in the last Native Ladies episode we did, and those came out just fine with a little bit of editing. Those came out just fine. Little bit of editing ain't never hurt. Oh, the dang knife. Yeah, put that underground for now. Put that joint underground for now. Let's go ahead and get a full body here. Just the knife. Just a little bit more. I gotta remember what the heck I did for her last year. I do not remember. I'm gonna have to check the video. Although my fool self, when I had made the video at the time, I didn't put the names of the sets underneath them, so I still gotta manually find them. It'd be a lot of dang easier if I didn't have all the videos all over the dang place. Alright, let's see. What else can we make use of? Keeping it spooky. But also saucy at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna do too many of these ones because I do want to make use of the knife and the dude. He there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He is there for a reason. Lights down a little bit. A lot of shadow underneath neck area. Now, I mean, he is there for a reason. I just gotta figure out how the heck we're gonna make use of it. Because I don't remember all the poses that have like knife poses and stuff like that. There's a few. I got quite a bit of melee poses. I just don't remember where they are. Gotta find them first. Let's see. Anything where she can lean on the table. Oh my goodness. The heck? Oh. If her leg wasn't fully clipping through her dress, we could make use of this. But that leg is fully outside of the dress, so. My goodness, her neck. Oh, that might work. Gotta move her toward this direction. She's leaning with one knee on the table. She's looking down. It can make it look like she's operating. That's what you want to call it. Definitely be some janky operating, that's for sure. Some very illegal operating as well. Very illegal operating, that's for dang sure. Mouse. Key is taking way too dang long. For that direction. Might be able to place the knife in a proper spot too. Make it look like she's making use of it. Or move back in that direction. Okay, the legs are still clipping like crazy, but let me see, what is the other hand doing? You can't see the other hand, so realistically, we could definitely put the knife in her hand to make it look like she's doing something. Move her over just a little bit more. About there. I mean, you won't actually be able to see the knife at this angle, realistically. Nah, if I do about here. I'm gonna have to... What I could do is, because it is fairly dark, I should be able to patch that up. The problem is, will the texture follow along? We have to be able to do the texture as well. I think I could pull it off, though. I think I pull it off. I'm confident in my ability to make it look right. You know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the photography anyways. You gotta edit stuff sometimes. This knife big as fuck, how's it just disappearing? Oh, that's how this joint fucking full 360 twirling and crap. Pull it down some, like quite a bit. I angle it. Because clearly she wouldn't be holding it at that angle that it's at with the way her arm is going. Right about there, and boom. So now it looks like she's doing some crap. Because you can't see that hand anyway, so it works. The knife is upside down. I've just come to realize that the knife is upside down. Okay, there we go. I was looking at it. I'm like, something is off about this knife. Something is quite off. And that junk was upside down. That's what was off. There we go. And boom. You know what I'm saying? Saucy but spooky at the same time. That's the whole point. Now we just gotta edit. I'm gonna edit a bunch of these photos anyways, because I'm probably gonna hop on some Skyrim after this. Yeah, a little bit of Skyrim, because I want to record a lot of stuff for Warcraft. There is a little event going on right now that I would like to partake in, so we're gonna get to that. Yeah, I wanted to use this one, but the leg is clashing like crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all that. I mean, never hurts to attempt to pull it off. Like I say, that's the whole point, you know. Gotta edit your stuff. You don't just be out here releasing raw images, you know what I'm saying? Gotta add some color, add some quality to your stuff. I'm gonna have to do that any dang ways. I might test it out. Did I use that one already? I did. You see here. Trying to see what would look good for. She's operating on the table still. Problem is that leg is out and about, just doing its own thing. But you know what? She leaning on the table though? Will she be leaning? Will she be like more on the table? Yeah, a strange way to operate, so I think we're gonna skip that one for now. I mean, obviously the whole outfit and everything wouldn't exactly be an outfit you'd be chopping people up in. I mean, but then again, you can't really get into the mind of crazy if you ain't crazy. If you're a perfectly centered person. You know what I'm saying? What is this one? Oh, that's a double person joint. Let's see here. I'm trying to make it. I mean, of course, not all of them have to be that way, but that was kind of mostly the plan, is to make it look like they're doing operations and whatnot. But also at the same time, I guess what we got going ain't too bad. Now let's take the knife here, keep it pointed downward, and then tilt it up. Move it back. And now it's in his back. You know what I'm saying? And blow. Scene completed. That's a lot of knife to be inside. That's a lot of dang knife to just be in somebody's fucking back like that. That is a tumultuous amount of knife. That's actually bigger than the knife I wanted to go for. I was trying to see if they had a butcher knife, but there were no butcher knives. I'm like, there were no butcher knives, so I'm like, okay, let me grab what's the name, Pyramid Head's knife, and that should work. It works. It looks insane. That was kind of the point. It's for it to look absurd. You see that dang scratch at his shoulder, or not scratch, that deep gash at his shoulder? I should put one of the dang knives in there. We still got 3 more photos to go. Let me see. Knife A, I believe, was the smaller, skinnier knife. I'm losing it. There we go. Wait. There we go. That to 0. And, oh, never mind. Put that back at 90. I forgot that was keeping it sideways. How do I flip it? There we go. I'll spin that joint, and we're going to see if we can stick it into his shoulder. We should be able to, with the proper precision here. That dang near look exactly like a... Oh. Is in. Now we lower it to the side just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Ooh, wrong way. There we go. Boom. And now I have to figure out a way to tilt it. Okay, there we go. Well, a lot of times the knives don't... Oh, well that makes sense. I'm like, this knife is a little big. That's because it's nowhere near... It's nowhere near him. There we go. Why does this knife look so big? I just said this was the smaller knife. It looked big as fuck right now. That's because we were about 3 feet away from him. There we go. So now it just looks like she down here doing some dang evil activities and crap, man. Halloween theme, you know? Let's see, what's some other good poses? I'm trying to mostly go with poses I have not used in a hot minute. Which is a lot of the ones I'm using so far. Which is good because they've all been great. Trying to stick to that theme there. I don't know where you would make use of this. But I'm about to attempt. Nah, the table's too tall. I don't think we'll be able to make use of that one. Great pose though. And I'll tell you what, I'm always gonna give love to the people who be making these dang mods because they be putting the work in. Be helping me make my characters look even more great than they already look, you know what I'm saying? Have her not look at the camera because her eyes is too far. Or actually, you know what? I want you to be able to see that there's knives in that man. We can't get too... I mean, we could. I mean, I easily could. I'm about to. I'm trying to see the knives, but we also... Obviously, that's what people are going to want to see, too. You know what I'm saying? There's a well-built African lady. Okay, looking like a dang psychopath in this dark dungeon-looking room we created. I freaking love the background, too. Just making the joint smaller straight up looks like it goes to another room that's just dark. There ain't no dang lights back there, no nothing. He's just in the dang dark cutting people up. Which... I don't even... Never mind. I'm gonna say which is... Could that be realistic? I don't know. It's not something I could ever truly know. This pose is the pose I was looking for. What in the world are you supposed to do with this? Look at the way... Oh. I still don't know. Oh. Okay, no, I kind of see now. The problem is she got a little too much going on there, so the hands colliding. That's still not even enough. That's still not even enough, bro. Where the heck she at? There she go. Let's see here. Hold on. Kind of hard to say no to that pose. Now we just gotta figure out how to make it work because the light is way on the other side. I was just talking about having to work with poses where the dang legs is colliding. This is the same dang thing, is it not? Colliding like crazy. Okay, obviously that's not gonna work. Not with the way she laid. Obviously that ain't gonna work. Get right about there. Now we have to figure out how to get these dang lights to work. And then we gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna do for East LAV. I still have no idea. I've been trying to figure something out this whole dang time. I got nothing. Because the way I did her set back when I did the original Halloween stuff was very fitting for her. And most of the styles of stuff I'm doing right now is very fitting for these characters. The problem is I got these crazy gun mods that I should have used for Mexico V because she's a heavy gun character, but I didn't. It was like, who do I use it for? You know what I'm saying? Who do I use those crazy weapons for? Wait, hold up. Let me see something. Because I could definitely fit her more into the picture. Up a little bit. We could definitely fit her more into the picture. You know what I'm saying? We could definitely enhance that picture a bit. Get her just a little closer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out what I could do for her. I wish somebody had a dang Jason, man. Because I always got that character wearing big old flannels. You know, she a West Coast character, so she always wearing big flannels and khaki jeans. I say khaki jeans. Khaki pants is what I meant to say. So, it would have easily worked had somebody had some stuff like that, but no one makes stuff like that for the lady character, unfortunately. This is what she's wearing is typically what you see for the lady character. Okay. Am I complaining? Not really. But there's times where I want my characters to look just a little bit more casual. It's not really possible, though, all the time, because not very many people do casual style clothing. You know what I'm saying? Am I mad at this outfit that she got going right now? Absolutely not. But, okay, when I want my characters to look casual, that tends to be fairly hard to do. Okay? That tends to be fairly hard to do. Actually, I kind of think I like this pose better. It looks like she's looking down more. It's just, you know what I mean? It's a great pose. But I guess in the instance like this, like what we're doing now, this has nothing to do with the character's style or any dang thing, and all to do with the fact that it's supposed to be spooky, but also a little saucy too. So I guess at the same time, it really does not matter in that case. Although making a character look like Jason would be pretty cool. I wouldn't even be able to do that for my male character though, because his head is still invisible, so you wouldn't be able to see his dang eyes. Give him some spooky eyes, you wouldn't be able to see nothing. So I'm kind of out of luck in that whole predicament of making a Jason looking thing. That would be clean as fuck though. With that being said, my good peoples, that is 10 absolutely magnificent looking photos. Now we move on to Easter Levy. Alrighty, for our last character, I had an idea. Okay, we on Easter Levy right now. She's looking absolutely fantastic. But look what I found that I forgot I had. Boom. Little bat wings. Alright, I remember the little dress, you know what I'm saying? Little cool little dress, but the bat wings. I was like, wait a minute. I ain't never, not a single one time. Kind of English am I speaking right now? Not a single time did I ever do anything with bats. I made characters in dark forests, all kinds of fucking, you know, make them look like zombies, goth styles, demon joints, whoa. I just thought of another one. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna use that for I'm gonna use that for some I'm gonna use that idea I just thought of for some different characters, okay? I just thought of something pretty great. We're not gonna use it now. In the future. What does the reflective look like? Okay, well I can see where the ceiling is now. That is definitely too low. I'm gonna have to go ahead and lift that up a bit. I kind of like the reflecting. Here's one issue. You can see buildings and stuff. They ain't supposed to be like that. Oh, and the sun's coming through. The fuck? No, we might actually be able to use that for good purposes. That might make a crazy forest look. Hold on. This is the last character, so I'm like, you know, we may as well go ahead and show off what we're doing for her set. We're gonna have her looking like a bat. Although I'm gonna switch the wings to black. I kind of just now thought about it as I showed y'all her outfit. I'm like, wait, she's supposed to be a bat. Her wings should be black to match her hair. No, because mammals are typically covered in hair. Humans are mammals, are we not? So therefore, she should have black wings to match her black hair. Well, dark brown technically. Now we need a bunch of trees, but I'm kind of scared to add the what's-name trees because I know that's gonna make it laggy. So I think what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna spawn a lot of ground bush. It's gonna be somewhat similar to another character. Well, not exactly. It's just she's gonna be in a forest, so it won't be exactly similar. I can't really say similar because every time I say that, that means everything I've ever done was similar because I put one character in a forest, another character in a forest. You know, there's a lot of forests. There's a lot of people living around forests, so I can't say similar. Stop saying it, you know what I'm saying? I always say similar and then I realize, wait, that doesn't even make sense. You can't even say that. That would mean every single thing you've ever done was similar to someone else just because they did it before you did it. That would be, you know, that's just life. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of people. Okay, that's good. There. Just gonna kind of loop this whole joint up. kind of like the way the light is flashing through. Now, I can see what I was going to do was use all the blue walls as you saw, but that would actually be similar, because that I actually did for another one of my characters. We're going to go for more of a bat look for this character, because I realized I ain't never did that before. Okay, we're going to go ahead and speed through this, though, because it's going to take me a while. Now is the long journey of spawning 80 million of these little stinkers, okay? Although they're not really blood bats. They look more like flying foxes, which are not the proper type of Halloween bat, but, you know, it's the only bat I can spawn, so it will have to do. So what I'm going to do is, okay, we're going to make it look real extra special. We're going to make it look like a cloudy day. I'm probably going to change the light to, like, red or something. Just for more of a Halloween-ish look. The blue might be too bright. I mean, I'm going to kind of make it look cloudy, but let me see how many I got. Okay, not very many, so we have a long way to go. It's gonna take forever. Alrighty, let's see here if this will play out the way it should. So far, it looks pretty dang good. You see all the little bats? Yeah, they look more like flying, little undead flying foxes than, you know, your blood-sucking bats and stuff, your bug-eater bats. But they should do good. I don't know what the heck I just said. I was trying to say do good, and I said do good. What the fuck was it? It wasn't that bad. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and reduce that color way down to spooky levels. You see how their little eyes is glowing? That's what we was looking for. Real deal spooky ookster. Okay. We're gonna lift her off the ground. She's not gonna be on the ground because we need her flying up with the rest of her little bats. You know what I'm saying? She's the queen of bats. Okay. It's essentially what we're doing here. We need to speed that up just a little bit. Come on now. Slow as fart. So now she's surrounded by her little bats. I probably should have changed her eye color and all that, but I didn't think about it till it was a little too late. But we should be good. We should be fine. So for this, obviously, because she's flying, I guess we're going to need a lot of seated poses, maybe? I don't know. I don't know for this one, honestly. Pick her up a little bit more. It's hard to say for this one. All I do know is we just simply make her look great. That's the simplistic way to put it. Just make her look good. Which is something I already did about 5 years ago. When I made this character. Or 4 years ago. Now it comes down to making her shine. We're going to add a little bit of light to the background for this one. Maybe a full lamp setup might do good, or it could be too much. We shall see. Bring that down some. I'm thinking for this, if we want to keep it night and keep that dark ambient look, I probably should go with a more simplistic setup. Let me see. Let's see here. Wait, matter of fact, let me switch the pose real quick. Because this pose is a little long. Yeah, see, something more like that do for what we're trying to pick off here. They're right about there. I forgot to change her nails, so they are blue. Whoops, I was supposed to change them to black. I was supposed to change them to black. I ain't gonna lie, I messed it up. Let's get that out of the way. In terms of light, what are we looking for here? Oops. I'm thinking it would be best to stick up, do something more simplistic lighting, kind of like what we're doing now. Keep it simple, because we don't want to lose the background and what the background is offering us. Especially once I add some light to it. That's not too bad. I think if we lighten it up a little bit, reduce her overall lighting. It's probably the yellow roof, though. She is very close. I'm thinking maybe I should keep her to the ground, because we are quite high up, as you can see. We're closer to the roof than we are to the ground, so that could be the problem. And plus, she would be floating at a steady pace, which bats do not do. I guess to make it look a little bit more realistic. I mean, after all, it's supposed to be just a kind of like a costume and all. I was trying to add a little extra to it, because why not? You know what I could do too as well though? Move her farther up this way, so that when we do look upward, it'll be easier to see all the little bats. Yeah, because see, if we're back here where she is, I look up, we gotta go way up, which would be way too high up. So yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and move her a little closer. There's a nice empty patch right here we can make good use of. I mean, she's gonna be, if I do make her stand up, I usually, you can't really tell because of the way I do it. But my characters, when I make them sit down in grass, they're usually floating slightly so that they're not too deep into the grass. And see, boom. Now, like I said, when I make her look up, or when we look up, you'll easily be able to see all the little bats flying around. Because, yeah, she's a little too close to the yellow, and I think that might be the problem. I mean, obviously, she's still going to be pretty yellow from the light, but it'll be easier to work with here. If she's just a little farther down, I think we're about to find out. I kind of want to go with an overall lighting setup because it is much cleaner. I think that's what we're going to do, and then we're just going to add some lights to the background, a bit of yellow, a bit of golden hue, make it look like the sun's falling down and the bats are coming out. The Bat Queen is here, you know what I'm saying? We reduce that to about 75. It's good. I said 75. 75. There we go. Gracious. And now we're going to add 2 extra lamps to the background. They're going to be a real golden yellow hue. I'm thinking boom. And then bring that way down to about 50. And then we make that nice and bright. And that should work just fine. Oops. That should work just fine in the background. Let me see something real quick. What does volumetric fog look like out here? We'll see. Because right now, with because I added the smoke, we're kind of already getting a fog effect, so I probably won't even need to do that. Plus, the volumetric fog sometimes looks like cool. Sometimes it doesn't. Depends on how you use it. The case and in the way we're trying to use it, it should look mostly good. Go ahead and lift it, disappear it up into the dang trees and the smoke. What the fuck? That is not what I was trying to do. I thought I was lifting it up, not rescaling it. I always forget you can even do that. You know, if we put it in the tree like that, it adds that golden hue. We disappear it. Holy crap. That's a little too much of golden hue. 10, duplicate, and move to the other side. Boom. Now we have that golden hue without it affecting her skin tone too much. And blam! You know what I'm saying? And in terms of filters, do we want to use any filters, or are we good where we are? The one we used for the last character is still pretty dang good. Real good Halloween look. This one's not too bad either. But I think in the instance of what we're doing, I think base look is just fine. We're gonna go with the base. Let's see here. What are we looking for? What do we need? What kind of poses are we looking for the Bat Queen? I kind of want to go with some poses I don't make too much use of. Like I haven't used a lot of these seated poses in a hot minute. But a lot of these seated poses are kind of long because you're supposed to be sitting on like a couch or something, so it might not work too well. Is the Bat Queen? Yeah, see, kind of sitting back, so it wouldn't really work too well. We should be able to lift her up off the ground now, though, without too much issue. At least a little bit. We kind of want it to look like she's floating a bit. Yeah, see, that doesn't look too bad. That don't look too bad. Say right about there. Now we move around the lights. This is our last character, and we are donezo. I'm get on some Skyrim, do a little bit of Skyrim stuff. been a hot minute since I've made a Skyrim photo session. I'm slacking out here. I guess I'm not slacking. I think most people prefer the Cyberpunk, which I don't blame. Cyberpunk graphics are cleaner, whatnot. It's a lot more goes into it, that's for sure. So we gotta drop the light a little bit. About there should be good. Quite a bit more goes into the Cyberpunk stuff. This is just a much higher quality game, you know. It's a much higher quality game. That right about there. And put this one. Probably this one where it was actually. It's because we got too much light on that one side. This is supposed to be a highlighter. I'm gonna say put that right about there. I need to figure out what's causing all that. A little too much shadow going on that side. We're kind of close to the bushes, so we gotta kind of be careful. Okay, there we go. And now let's see what that looks like. Push it more over to this side so we can see a little bit more of the bats and everything. There's a slight bit of angle going on here. Now this one we're going to purposely leave the depth of field off because I'm going to just edit it afterwards. A little bit of angle there. See more little bats flying around. Little bats flying around. This actually kind of reminds me of the setup that I did for Native V. First setup was cool as fuck, but it was more in the desert. It was out in the open. Yeah, I think I might have to do a little video seeing all the dang old photo Halloween stuff I did. Problem is, I gotta remember the name of all those joints because it was a lot. Be a lot this time around too. All right, let's see here. What else can we do? You can see a ton of the bats on this side. Lagging? I'm lagging. Oops. You see that one? I kinda like this one. Oops. Lag is making it a little hard. He was doing good. Why is lagging all of a sudden? I think it's the trees. These dang trees be too heavy duty. You get to spawning too many trees and game don't know how to act no more. He was doing good. Game started realizing that there's a lot of trees. I don't know how that bug right worked. But that is how it worked. Oh, let me make sure the quality on that is good. Need to check it, almost forgot. It looks good, but I'm gonna say she's a little too bright. You got a little too much light on her. Yeah, actually, matter of fact, let me delete that one. We're gonna take this one and we're gonna backtrack. It is a little too much light on her. You got blue and yellow nails, god dog it. I was supposed to change and I forgot. Just about over here. Yeah, see the smoke is making the volumetric fog just fine. I don't really need to add volumetric fog. That's why I always use that smoke, because the volumetric fog a lot of the times doesn't look all that good. And it goes into places you kind of don't want it to be. Sometimes you don't want all that extra fog to be around. So if you just use the smoke that I always use, that's how I got that cloudy look going on, it's way better. Because now you can actually place the volumetric fog in a way. You place it yourself. Put it in your own position. Wherever position you might want the smoke to be, you can move it there. As we're volumetric fog, you do not have that option. Which makes it not the best a lot of the times. Let's go ahead and give her a smile because you know she's the Bat Queen. She has to have that malevolent look. And she is also East LAV, who is fairly evil on her own. Alright, let's see what that looks like with the slightly reducted lighting. The light was a little too bright. Alright, boom. It look like much better, much better. All right, so now we backtrack. Guy, we backtrack. Trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna be doing after this. Oh, that's right. Never mind. Warcraft. I need to get on Warcraft because the event Brewfest is about to end real soon, and some of my characters need some of them holiday trinkets, so they could get some new gear pieces. Very important gear pieces. This is not the angle we were at, but it'll work because the whole background is clean. That does look a million times better without the light being so bright. It actually looks like she's in the dark now, which was the whole point before. I had it way too dang bright though. But yeah, I need to get some characters, some gear, and whatnot. And the Brewfest ends tomorrow at 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? 10 a.m. So I need to get those done, and it'd be good footage, good video for the Warcraft channel. And I do want to hurry this up because I'm trying to get on a Legion remix, get some characters doubled up. That stuff just dropped too. I got stuck, well, number one, I had to do schoolwork, of course, and then I got stuck trying to take pictures of all the stuff I'm trying to get rid of, which took quite a while because there's a lot of stuff. And now I need to deviate all those photos and videos and get them uploaded to, what's the name? I'm looking at quite a bit of money here if all this stuff sells, so good. And the drone dude just came to pick up the drone and the lenses. I think I said this in one of my other videos. I accidentally bought oh no, that was a Warcraft channel. I accidentally bought some long macro lenses for a long zoom scope, which doesn't do very good. It's real blurry. About to sneeze. Shoot. Oh, these are city poses. Hold on, let me see. Looking at right here. What are we looking at here? We already kind of made her floating, but she's still low to the ground. So what I'm gonna do is, unless we go, say about there, make her look down. Obviously, it makes it look like she's floating, but a little less in a way. Just the. There we go. More realistic. Yeah. But yeah, macro lenses are meant so that you can take pictures super up close to stuff. The problem is if you got a long zoom scope is supposed to zoom into stuff. As where the macro lens, I guess the best way to explain it is a macro lens is a very bulbous lens, depending on which kind you get, that zooms in so that you can put your camera as close to the subject as possible and be able to still see it. The camera will still be able to focus on it and everything. The long zoom scopes, well, you know, that's for looking at the moon. You don't want something that allows you to put the camera closer because, well, obviously you can't put your camera closer to the moon. You feel what I'm saying? So if you, with the macro lens, they zoom so much that if you pull your camera away from whatever you're looking at, you immediately can't see much of nothing. As where a long zoom, well, yeah, like I said, it's a long zoom. I didn't switch that lighting around. Hold on. A long zoom scope is for seeing stuff from afar. You can't really zoom in. Can't put your camera close to the moon. So, you know, it has to be truly close up. As where long zoom is zooming in as close as it possibly can to a faraway subject. Now, normally, this is a fairly expensive amount of stuff that you got to get your hands on to be able to do all that. Good thing is there are, of course, cheap alternatives, and that's what I had got my hands on. I wanted to goof around with some stuff that you definitely will be seeing a lot of. We're clipping between the bushes, and it's making it kind of hard to set up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be seeing a lot of that stuff on photos of the week. But yeah, I had to go ahead and send that back and send the drone back because I messed up. Like I said earlier, I kind of goofed on that. And I think we already got that maximum pulled down. We can't pull that down no more. She's floating actually, so we'll be able to do a little bit. Right at 1.2, 1.2. There we go. Okay, much better. You know what I'm saying? So, luckily it wasn't an expensive accident, because, you know, if you get an actual good long zoom scope, holy, Canon want upwards to $20,000. Now, granted, if you have a $20,000 lens, you could fucking see Jupiter with some crap like that. With my $140 lens, I cannot. However, I can get pretty dang close. So, in the meantime, it's good. But I awful stuff I wasn't paying attention. A macro lens ain't gonna work for a long zoom lens. Like trying to stuff a fucking semi-truck engine into a dang Prius is just not gonna work. Matter of fact, the dang semi-truck engine is heavier than the Prius. So how could it possibly work, you know what I'm saying? Dang engine itself is heavier than the Prius, probably by like 3,000 pounds. But that's essentially the mistake I made. I bought a big scope and bought it some little lenses. Now, of course, it wasn't actually little lenses. I could put the lens on there. It just didn't. They just don't. They're just not compatible. Like trying to put a 50 cal bullet, a Barrett 50 cal bullet into a regular 5.56 rifle. That rifle is gonna get demolished. And if you're holding the thing, so are you. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty much like that. It was the wrong lens for the wrong scope. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna find some actual telephoto joints, which for my non-photographers, that is essentially something that doubles the range of what your scope can normally do. Now, of course, you don't want to double it up too much because there's only so much that the scope can do. If you just keep doubling and doubling and doubling on a whack scope, you know, it's gonna look pretty bad. It's gonna be a pretty bad picture. But I'm only gonna do an extra 2 over the 2 I already have, so I can get a ×4 instead of a ×2, which will be not the bestest of quality, but you can get pretty dang close. That'll take. The scope I bought is 800 millimeters. I think that's how you say it, something like that. I don't know. The ×2 turns it into a 1600, and if I get another ×2, that'll turn it into a what's the math on that? A 38. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get one of those again. Those are dumb cheap. Those don't cost much. Let's go ahead and switch up her smile real quick. And boom. You know what I'm saying? So those don't cost too much, so I ain't too, just had to go ahead and hit do a return for that. And the drone, which is unfortunate because I was really looking forward to messing around with that drone. But, should have did some research. Man, I saw a cheap drone and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need that. Well, now it's going back, so. That joint's going back. I'm gonna have to. I should have waited till I got one with a screen on it, because then you ain't gotta touch your phone. Your phone don't gotta be getting heat and blazed up from trying to fucking command a dang drone and crap like that. Let's do a little close up here. I did close ups for the rest of the characters. I did not do one for her yet. So, yeah, that was my fault. That was my fault. I can proudly say that was definitely my fault, going ahead and just purchasing the joint with no research whatsoever. Oh, that was pretty dumb. It was a pretty dumb move. I can easily admit to that. It was a pretty dumb move. Just go ahead and cop this dang drone with no no drone knowledge whatsoever. Dang ever. I don't even know how to fly one of those dang things. I probably could have started flying it and accidentally broke the dang thing. Luckily, I never actually got past the point of trying to get it off the ground because you had to calibrate it first. Which, melted my dang phone. And the drone and the controller. All 3 of them was hot as fuck. I mean, you grab them, it's like, whoa. Like, potential battery explosion hot. It was bad. It was real bad. It was ridiculous. That crap got stuck at 96%, and then when I brought it, I pulled it off the menu. That joint said CPU overloaded. I'm like, oh, well, there's the reason why it's hot as fuck. All right, let's see what other poses. I'm gonna try not to use too many poses that I used on the last two characters here. I got so many dang poses, it's more than possible. I just gotta remember where everything is. There was a few poses I didn't use on Damu on purpose so that we could save for her. The problem is I don't remember what poses those were. We're in that region. Oh wait, that was one. So we're in that region because I just remember those. I remember those poses we were just looking at. You know what I'm saying? I almost seemed like I almost lost a dang phone there. Trying to get that crap working. Alright, let's go ahead and move the angle real quick. So yeah, next time I will get the one that has the screen on the controller. Cause that was some absurd heat coming off that crap. It was ridiculous. I mean, like I said, about the fucking battery potentially about to burst hot. I'm like, wow. Straight up cook a meal on that dang crap hot. Feel like somebody put a spoon over the stove to hot. You know what I mean? That's what that was. Like, yikes. So I quickly turned that joint off so it wouldn't get damaged, so I could send it back. Because I'm like, yeah, that is not going to work. The good thing is, like I said, I got all those lenses and stuff and all those work, so I'm still taking some absolute heat photos. Wait till photos of the week. You know what I'm saying? Some absolute heaters. It was like, dang. This stuff burning up. Let's see. We got 3 more here. We gotta choose 3 top-notch poses here. Let me see. Which of these have I not used yet? There's a lot in these. What the fuck? Let me move. Let's see here. What have I not used? I think we just used one of those. I was mostly trying to go for seated poses because the way I kind of wanted to make it look like she's flying. That's not bad. I might come back to that one. You know what? Her supposed to be a little bat and all. What's this? It's a great pose, but I don't think it's gonna work for what we're trying to do right now. Or maybe it could. We might find out right now as we keep it moving here. Need 3 last good poses. I still don't know what the purpose of this one is, plus the fact that, you know, my character's a little too built for that. It's a very weird pose. Oh wait, I'm a dummy. Can't I could just move her a little bit, right? That's gonna be too much though, in order to move her hand. I doubt you can move her hand too. Unless you can, let me see. Because if we spin her a little bit, right? And then without making it look like her fucking spinal cord is snapping. That's the best we could do before it gets she still, look at that. Still got a mad hand to go. Oh, yeah, no. I don't, my characters ain't built regular. So it don't work. It don't. It's kind of a strange pose any dang ways. What is your character supposed to be doing? Like, where do you even place all that? Like, how does that all work? Wait, hold on, actually, let me go back to that one. It's a strange pose. Maybe it's because I just don't understand the purpose of the angle. It just doesn't really make all that much sense to me, you know? The strange pose. Let's move lights up a little bit here. Good. Still see the little bats flying around. And we need 2 more. 2 more to go. Yeah, so I've been goofing around with those lenses like crazy. You're gonna see some pretty crazy pictures. I got some real far zooms. So a lot of them are of mountainsides that are nowhere near me. So the dang lens for 140 bucks is not bad. Now I'm trying to see if I can find something that I can place on the front end of it to get even more zoom. Specifically for being able to see stuff in space and whatnot. Or realistically, I could just get a telescope and get a phone holder for the front of it. Because telescopes are usually stupid cheap and have ridiculous zooms, because that's the whole point of them. So, I really could just get a telescope for like 200 bucks and have like a 2,000 meter zoom plus a ×2 telephoto joint and get 4,000 fucking what's names. So, that'd probably be the better idea. That's realistically what I should have did instead of buying a drone. I have absolutely no clue how to use. I'm like, why is she leaning like that? It saved what I did. Why did it do that? I'm like, why is she leaning like that? Yeah, it saved this. It wasn't supposed to, though. Let me put it all back to 0 then. It wasn't supposed to, but that's because I didn't reset it, so it did. Hide from Jason. She's the Bat Queen. Why in the world would she have to hide from Jason? Okay? The Queen of Bats, the Bat Queen, I don't think she would need to hide from anything. Well, let's change the angle a bit, because her head's leaning to the side here. The Queen of Bats, the Bat Queen. Now, if she was just regular East LA V, then yes, she would have to hide from Jason. Many people would have to hide from Jason. He is, Jason, after all. Jason. But the Queen of Bats, she wouldn't have to hide from a big undead man, okay? She's the Queen of Bats. She would already have some form of necromancy, which means she could just take control of him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Ooh, man. That is one of the goofiest and what the fuck just happened? Goofiest and funniest videos I've ever seen at that time. I'm sitting here chilling, just minding my own business, and I see a video said new Air Force Ones, so I'm like, ooh. On me, I love my Air Force Ones. I thought it was just gonna be a dude talking about his new Air Force Ones, so I wanted to see, you know, what kind of Air Force Ones was he rocking. When I click the dang video, that's all I hear is, dude, man, new Air Force One. New Air Force One. I'm like, oh my goodness. It had me dying laughing though. Crap had me laughing, man. I straight up thought it was just gonna be a dude showing off his Air Force Ones. It was not. Well, I mean, it kind of was, because it was new Air Force Ones. He was just doing a really goofy voice with it. I guess not a goofy voice. That is who accent is that? Someone has a very strong accent. I forget who that is. I think Vietnamese? Vietnamese folks got a mad strong accent. I could be wrong. I think it was Vietnamese. Okay, it looked like she holding her nose. Not a fan of the nose hold. Like she's just holding on to her nose for whatever reason. Yeah, I'm pretty dang sure that was Vietnamese. There's two Vietnamese dudes in the video, I think, and they were goofing around saying it. And then there's the other one, with the Asian dude saying, "Look, I'm American. I think I'm using my credit card. You guys have anything non-dairy?" That video is so dang hilarious to me for some reason. I don't know why. Every now and then, I gotta come back to that video and just watch that. I don't know why it's so dang funny to me, but it is. It is absolutely hilarious to me. Let me angle it to fit her into the screen more. That video was fucking hilarious. I think I used my credit card. guys have anything non-dairy? That was probably one of the goofiest videos I had seen at the time. The crap had me dying laughing too. Those were the rare few vines that I actually liked. I'm not even gonna lie to you. There was a lot of vines that people always had the most famous and people always said were the best of all time. I ain't gonna lie, I was never a big fan of a lot of those. I find a lot of them to be a little but those two were some of those few greats, okay? Some of those truly few great vines right there that actually and genuinely had me laughing. I mean, like real deal laughing too, not like a slight bit of air comes out of your nose laugh. I mean, like full on leaning back in my seat had me dying laughing. Number one, I wasn't expecting. Obviously, the dude who was like doing the American accent, that was definitely somewhat of his normal voice because the Asian accent he was doing sounded fake as frick. But the Air Force one, that one caught me off guard. I straight up thought it was just gonna be a dude showing off some forces. Like I said, that's my favorite shoe. I was pulling up on the video really expecting to see some somebody just showing off some clean forces. Was not the case. I mean, kind of, sort of. It was the case, just just with a dang accent. Let me go ahead. How much we got? Oh, that's it. That's a 10. That's a full 10 right there. Now we just we're looking for the last pose. The last pose I always use, and that is boom. Because that is it, my good peoples. That's a full 10. Ooh, we lagging like crazy, so you can't even properly see her. This set is completely opposite of what we had her doing back in the day with her original Halloween set back in 2024, where she just kind of looked like a evil demon chola. You know what I'm saying? This time around, she was the queen of bats. Okay. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, show it to people join Legendary Clan Sports Channel, become legendary. I do all things photography, virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. I always say sometimes AI, but I haven't. When's the last time I did any AI stuff? Man, make sure you check out Instagram. That's where I post most of these photos. Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. Yeah, that's it. I have other channels if you want to check those out. Shoot, I'm out.